Okay, you're live.
I am BC. This is Spirit Cars. We're doing a mini-series on how to build a T-bucket. It's brought to you by SpiritCars.com. We manufacture T-buckets and we do several other things, but I think what we'll do in these live YouTube videos, we just take it through the process of building a T-bucket. We're going to label them part 1, part 2, part 3. So yesterday we did a part 1, and we had this frame. It was the customer who bought the car from us, and it pre-assembled the frame. Sometimes it's a good idea to do that if it's your first time build, especially. Make sure you get all these. Got the holes here for the headlight stanchions, holes for the through brake fittings. The car comes, when you buy the frame from us, most of the holes are here, like for the spring perch and for your spring. Your radius rods. It's got a Vega steering box, all those holes. This one's set up for a small block Chevy with a 350 turbo trans. The frame comes with all that on it. So what we did, we had it all together, made sure everything fits, took it apart. So we've been prepping the frame. There's a couple ways to do it. You can sand it thoroughly, you can sandblast it. You just need to get it sanded pretty good so that the paint's going to stick. You can see in here the welds are fairly clean, even if you don't put some Bondo over them. They won't look bad, but the front of the car from about here forward is all going to be exposed on the frame side. So we like to really clean up the welds. We don't necessarily grind the welds off, we just smear a little Bondo in there, smear a little Bondo. We don't worry so much about the inside here because Spirit offers a cover for the spring perch. Once you put your bolts in, you can use a shackle, or we've got a plate that goes on there with a bar on it for your panhard rod. But you can just put a cover over that and it cleans it up pretty nicely. We've also got a chrome cover. So you can spend all the time you want. I mean, there is no finish. You can always make something a little bit better. But cleaning these welds on the inside here, if you're going to put a cover on it, you'll never see that anyway. If you're not going to put a cover, this is something you might want to clean up. Another thing, on the square tubing, you can see to the inside here, there's a weld line. There's a weld line going down. Sometimes it'll be on the, this is 2x3, sometimes it'll be on the 2-inch side. So we're pretty careful about not putting that weld seam on the outside of the car in it. Or you can paint that, it doesn't look bad at all. That's just what level do you want to take your car, and at this point, this is the level you really need to, or the time you really need to decide what kind of level you want to go to, because it's awful hard to go back and redo something when it would take a few minutes to do it right now, but if you don't like it later on, by the time you take everything apart, it turns into a major job. A tri-coat where you put a base color down and then a transparent color on top of that, and then clear. We're doing it with a base coat, clear coat, and these are looking as deep and as good as any of the old candy colors. And plus you can repaint the car on the true candy. More of the transparent color you put on, the darker it gets, and it's nearly impossible. I would say if you damage a part of your car, you're going to have to repaint the whole car. Some of these paint jobs can get pretty expensive. Some of the paints can get pretty expensive. It's nothing to pay $1,000 for a gallon of paint, and you've got your activators and your clears and everything go on top of that. So with that being said, you want it to last. You want it to stick on the frame. And back in the day, they didn't really have acid etching primers. They had different wash primers and this and that. But you would take and you would wipe it with an acid, then you would wipe it with a neutralizer, and then you'd wash it all down. Now there's a couple different ways to do it. We just got this product. It's called pre-treatment cut-through wipe. So it's a wetted towel. You just take it out of the thing. It's a little towel. And I'm going to wipe some on here. You may be able to see the change on that here just as we talk. So I've wiped it. I am sure that this is an acid in it. I'm going to read the instructions. It's probably going to tell me I'm breaking all the rules by not having all kinds of safety equipment on and all that. So again, follow the instructions. I was going to get you out a book of P sheets. if you're buying product from a paint store, specializing in that product, what you can use it with, what you can't use it with, dry times, all that kind of stuff. So those should be available if you're getting it from a. And what it's doing is it's prepping that metal to stick. And it says, instructions for, I'm going to read you this. Clean surface and surrounding area to be pre-treated with a solvent-based clean degreaser type. Okay, so we use Pre-Cleano, or that's one brand, and it's a degreaser, which will wipe this whole thing down with that before we do anything else. When cleaning, always use a clean on the paint job is going to be. Rather than read it, I mean, there's a lot of little reading just on the back of this. Every product has got its characteristics. This is supposed to eliminate the need for there's two activators. There's an activator that you can put in and it's ready to spray right away. So you can use that same DP primer, which is more like a sealer on top of plastics or paint or Bondo or whatever. And then there's another activator that's got the acid in it that you've got to put into then mix it together. It's an activated product. And then you've got to have adoption time. If you're a painter already, you're already more comfortable with one product or another. But find you a paint store that's very helpful. In the day, painting the frame, we're going to put some etching primer on here, then we'll do some build primer.